Happy Monday, campers. Apparently, I am going to go down a rabbit hole with Junior Baker, The Righteous Faker, a sequel to the series Butcher Baker, The Righteous Maker. This book comes out September 20th from Image Comics. The creative staff on this is bonkers good. It is written by Joe Casey, and it is drawn with raw pencils and choice colors by Ryan Quackenbush, and Rus Wooton draws the letters. And by draws the letters, the lettering on this is awesome. And this book is trippy. This book is really, really trippy, and now I need to go back and read the previous series, but I think you can read this on its own and still be fine. I will let you know. I'll come back and I'll let you know. I'll update you on that one. But this was not, I read the title, Junior Baker, The Righteous Faker, and I was like, okay, what is this goofiness going to be and everything like that? And this thing is like trippy as balls, Sandman-esque craziness. Like, and I'm just like, what is happening in this world? And how do I become part of this world? Because it is beautiful. It is insane what Ryan has put together artistically, and Joe Casey has put together a spectacular story where I'm just like really disoriented and confused. And that's kind of what the main character is going through. And I'm also like, okay, here's the mystery. And I'm like, what does all this mean? And it's a huge, like, what does all this mean? And I'm like super excited, got super goosebumps. It's insane. It's insane how good it is. I like that the main character is a journalist and searching for these like goofy X-Files type stories. There's something that resonates in it. The artwork, it has this like grungy Gen X feel to it. Like I've seen this before. I mean, it could fit for any generation, but I've seen this in my time, but you got some grungy millennials, you got some grungy Gen Z working their jobs and trying to make things work. It can go for anybody. And just the way it's drawn, it's a beautiful, beautiful book. And his artwork is disorienting too. Like everything's very sketchy, watercolored, but like rubbed out watercolors and blotching, lots of blotchiness and lots of shades of color coming in and out, and things are highlighted differently. And the gold page is so good. I like how everything just kind of like, it's just in your face and bright. And I'm like questioning everything. And I got a 9-panel grid where they're just asking a lot from me. And I'm just like, oh man, what is this? And then I love the collage aspect with the frame in the center panel. It's so good. That was what reminded me of Sandman right away. But then reality part of the world, I'm still trying to figure out what world we're in and how things are layered. And there's world A, world B, and then there's like reality. And I'm just like trying to figure out where things are going to go. But the book's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And Wooton uses a scratchiness for the lettering, the font he uses. So that also has a Sandman feel to it. I'll have to compare it to another Sandman book to see if they use that kind of same font. But the light blue in the beginning that he was using for the letterboxes, that kind of gives me that like mystical Dr. Manhattan feel. Like there were so many different elements from outside that like influenced like how I feel about this book. And it was a totally unexpected Monday read. I was like, oh, look, this is where I'm going. And like, it shouldn't have been like an afternoon read. It should have been like, okay, lights are off. I have a nice cocktail. I'm going to like expand my views of the universe and read this book and sip a whiskey and be like, okay, this is how I think the world works. Because this is what this book does. It kind of makes you want to be like, what is going on in the world? Again, it comes out September 20th. I'm putting it on the must-buy list for me, like, because I need to know. It's a 5-issue miniseries, so what is introduced here will be completed by issue 5, hopefully, and that's not a huge stretch of the imagination, like, and it's not going to take forever to get to the conclusion. So that's a good aspect of it as well. All good things why I want to buy this book and why I need issue 2 right now. Let me go over to what pages they shared with us so that I can talk about them with you. The first page of the show, you can see the craziness of the dream. You can see the craziness of reality. His eyes are scratched out in his reality. Then you see the dream sequence. The blue color for the letterbox, again, has that like Dr. Manhattan feel to it, Watchmen-esque, where like things are just not always together. I love the black panels. Very dark, but then like you have this trippy, scratchy dream that is insane and awesome. And then, you know, the reality is again like this collage aspect. And I love the angle of the first panel where the city building's going up. So you're going up, and then you hit bedtime, and then a dream, and then you wake up. And the bottom panel, very symmetric to the top panel. And on this next page, you're like, what is going on? I don't know what's going on. That's my question to you. Do we know where we're going? No, I don't. Is it beautiful? Yes, it is. Is it also, again, a little symmetrical? Yes, it is. And I like this kind of like counterbalance that he's using with his art. And then we continue with the last page, the last part of the dream sequence and reality. And again, I like the staggered panels, these 5 panels, the 5 panels he's using. So the heavyweight is up top, and then the balance is off on the second one, and the balance is off again on the third panel, which then leads to the page turn. So it keeps you off balance, but also like everything leads to your finger picking up that page. And that's a well-designed page. For me, Joe Casey, Ryan Quackenbush, and Rus Wooton knock it out of the park with Junior Baker, The Righteous Faker. It comes out September 20th from Image Comics. Talk to your local comic book store about ordering a copy for yourself, because it's a book that you can reread several times and learn more about the story and see more details in every page that is there. I definitely think that I'm going to reread this book at least 3 times, because going through each page, I'm like, okay, what does this mean? What are these stars? What are these layers of the collage of the photos going on here? Where are people looking at? What did I miss? What are the little details? Like our main character, he's in red. Everybody else is in blue. What does that mean? Trying to see what else pops up here and there. But again, like when he's in his office, you can see all the characters in the office complex and what are they working on? What do those things mean? Like there's so many elements to this that the rereadability of this first issue is bonkers good. And then to just look at panel layout and elements and how the flow of the page goes. Like it's works really well. And I love the black gutters. I love the ripped paper kind of collage-y aspect of some panels. Again, very, very Sandman-esque to me, the way this book feels. Again, it's also a trippy book as well, so that works. And there's a lot of elements in the main character's house that I also want to like analyze. And again, they use the color. They color him in red several other places where he stands out. Like, what does that red mean? And then it flips back to where he's like purple, and then everybody else around him is red. Ooh, and then there's blood. Then there's lots of blood. But I don't want to spoil anything else for you guys. But again, Junior Baker, The Righteous Faker, must buy on my list. Once you get the book, comment below what you've thought about the issue, and have a great week of comic books. Take care.